Welcome back to my channel, where we dive deep into the world of coin collecting. Today we're exploring a fascinating topic: the most valuable and unique UK 1 penny coins. We'll focus on 6 standout coins from the United Kingdom, each with its own rich history and significant value in today's market. Let's get started. First up, we have something exciting for you: a deep dive into the United Kingdom 1 penny from 1939 in very fine condition. This iconic piece of British history has a significant collector's market, and its value today may surprise you. Now, if you're a collector or just someone who's curious about the worth of historical coins, you're in the right place. Let's explore the history behind this 1939 penny, what makes it so collectible, and of course we'll reveal its market value in dollars today. The United Kingdom 1 penny from 1939 holds a special place in British numismatic history. At the time, Europe was on the brink of World War II, and Britain was preparing for a challenging period ahead. Coins like the 1939 penny were produced under the reign of King George VI, who had only recently ascended to the throne after his brother Edward VIII's abdication. This penny is part of the pre-decimal British coinage, which was used in the UK until 1971, when the decimal system was introduced. On the obverse, you can see the bust of King George VI, designed by Humphrey Paget, a notable engraver of British coins. His portrait features no crown, as was customary for male monarchs on coinage of that era. Now, on the reverse, we have the iconic image of Britannia, the symbol of Britain's strength and unity. This image, designed by Leonard Charles Wyon, was a staple on British pennies for decades. The date, 1939, can be seen at the bottom. One of the most crucial aspects that impacts a coin's value is its condition. The 1939 UK 1 penny we're discussing today is in very fine condition, which means it's been handled and circulated, but it still retains much of its original detail. To give you some perspective, coin grading typically ranges from poor, where most details are worn down, to uncirculated, which is essentially a mint condition coin. A very fine condition means that although there may be some wear, the key features like the details of King George VI's portrait and Britannia are still clearly visible. So why is this 1939 penny so valuable today? Well, first off, it's important to note that coins from this era are becoming rarer as time passes. Many have been lost, melted down, or damaged. As a result, a 1939 penny in very fine condition is a sought-after piece for collectors. The design, historical context, and the fact that it's a pre-decimal coin all add to its desirability. Even though millions of these pennies were minted, finding one in such good condition today can be a challenge. This scarcity drives up the value, especially for collectors who are eager to complete their George VI penny collections. Now for the part you've all been waiting for: how much is this 1939 penny in very fine condition worth on today's market? In today's market, the value of a 1939 United Kingdom 1 penny in very fine condition typically ranges $522,000. The United Kingdom 1 penny from 1939 is very more than just a piece of copper. It's a window into British history and an example of exquisite craftsmanship that has stood the test of time. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this penny is definitely one to keep an eye on. Next up, we're diving into the history, significance, and market value of a true British classic, the United Kingdom 1 penny from 1967, in fine condition. We'll be talking about the key details of this iconic coin, how it fits into the collector's market, and most importantly, how much it's worth in dollars today. So, if you're curious about adding this coin to your collection, or you already own one, stick around as we uncover the big value this coin holds. Before we dive into the current value of the 1967 UK 1 penny, let's take a quick look back at the history behind this coin. The British 1 penny coin has been a staple of British currency for centuries, and the 1967 penny is no exception. Issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, the 1967 penny belongs to the pre-decimal era of British coinage. Before Britain adopted its current decimal system in 1971, the pound was divided into 240 pennies rather than the 100 pence system we use today. The 1967 penny, therefore, represents an important piece of Britain's numismatic history. The obverse of this coin, like many others from the period, features a young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by artist Mary Gillick. This portrait depicts the Queen, without a crown, in keeping with earlier representations of British monarchs. The reverse side showcases the iconic image of Britannia, the symbol of British strength and unity, seated holding a trident and shield. surrounding Britannia are the words 1 penny and the coin's mint year 1967. This penny marks the last year that Britain produced the old large pennies before switching to the decimal penny. Though they were officially withdrawn from circulation in 1971, many of these coins remain in the hands of collectors and enthusiasts today. What makes the 1967 penny stand out in the numismatic world? For many collectors, this penny is an important transitional piece in British coinage history. The 1967 penny is one of the final large pennies ever produced, making it a key piece for those who collect pre-decimal coins. Its historical context is critical. The 1967 penny comes from the last few years of the British currency system, as the country prepared to switch to the decimal system in 1971. Therefore, many collectors who specialize in British coinage see it as an iconic item, connecting the past and future of British currency. Moreover, although limited of these coins were minted, the collector's value greatly depends on the condition of the coin. Coins in fine, or better conditions, tend to attract more attention from collectors, as these coins have been better preserved over time and feature fewer signs of wear and tear. A 1967 penny in fine condition, which means it has seen moderate use but still retains most of its design details, holds special appeal for collectors looking for coins that tell a story but still remain in relatively good shape. Now, let's get to the part everyone has been waiting for: the current market value of the 1,967 UK 1 penny in fine condition. First, it's important to understand how coin grading works in terms of value. Coins graded as fine fall in the middle of the scale. They aren't in pristine condition, but they also aren't heavily worn. For a coin like the 1967 penny, being in fine condition means that it has moderate wear on the high points, but the lettering and major design elements remain clear and intact. In terms of value, a 1967 UK 1 penny in fine condition typically fetches $200,000 on the collector's market. While its individual market value might be sky-high, its historical significance and place in British numismatic history make it a sought-after item for collectors interested in completing their pre-decimal collections. Now, you might be wondering, is it worth investing in a 1967 penny today? Well, while this coin does hold extreme monetary value, and it still serves as a key piece for collectors who want to preserve the legacy of pre-decimal British currency, its value is likely to skyrocket in the near future due to its low mintage, and it could become more desirable over time as the number of well-preserved examples decreases. One of the key factors that may increase its value is the condition of the coin. Coins in better conditions will always attract more interest, and if you manage to get your hands on an uncirculated or proof version of the 1967 penny, its value can significantly increase. Furthermore, if you enjoy collecting historical coins, the 1967 penny is a relatively inexpensive yet significant addition to your collection. It's a great way to celebrate the rich history of British coinage while holding on to a piece that connects modern collectors to the old British system. Next up, we'll be diving into the collector's market value of the United Kingdom 1 penny coin from 1935 in fine condition. This coin has quite a history, and today we'll be exploring its market value, demand among collectors, and what makes it such a sought-after piece in today's coin collecting market. So if you're interested in rare British coins, stay tuned, and let's get started. The United Kingdom 1 penny coin from 1935 is part of the long-standing tradition of British coinage. It was minted during the reign of King George V, one of the most influential monarchs in British history. King George V ruled from 1910 to 1936, and his portrait is featured on the obverse side of this coin. The reverse features the iconic Britannia design, which had been a symbol of British strength and unity on pennies for centuries. This coin was produced by the Royal Mint, and 1935 was a year with a large mintage, meaning many pennies were circulated. However, over the years, as these coins were used, lost, or damaged, finding one in fine condition today is increasingly rare. Despite its age, the 1935 UK 1 penny remains a beloved and important part of British numismatic history. Let's take a closer look at the design of this coin. On the obverse, we see the right-facing bust of King George V. Around the bust is the inscription Georgives VDA Gra Brit Amen Rex Fidei Fiend Imp, which stands for George V by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. The craftsmanship of this design is remarkable, especially considering the technology of the time. On the reverse, you'll find the seated figure of Britannia, holding a trident and shield, a symbol of Britain's naval power and authority. The date 1935 appears at the bottom, while the denomination 1 penny is inscribed around the edge. Even though this design had been used for many years, collectors still appreciate the artistry and significance of the Britannia figure. Now let's talk about what you've all been waiting for: the market value of this 1935 1 penny coin in fine condition. When assessing the value of any coin, especially a coin as old and historic as this one, condition plays a crucial role. Fine condition refers to a coin that has seen some circulation, but retains clear, sharp details with minimal wear. There may be light wear on the high points of the design, but the overall appearance of the coin is still pleasing and collectible. In today's collector market, a 1935 United Kingdom 1 penny in fine condition is valued at approximately $780,000. While this might seem like a huge amount at first glance, there are factors that could increase its value even further. For instance, if the coin has exceptional eye appeal, with its details being particularly well preserved despite its age, it could fetch prices on the higher end of that range. Additionally, coins with a strong historical significance like this one tend to see steady demand from collectors. Some people collect British pennies as part of larger sets or as pieces that highlight important periods in British history, like the reign of King George V. So why is this 1935 penny so valuable to collectors? For one, it's part of the King George V series, which ended shortly after in 1936 with his passing. This makes coins from his reign desirable, as they represent an era that bridges the pre-World War II and post-World War I periods. The history tied to this coin is fascinating, and collectors often appreciate that they're holding a tangible piece of the past in their hands. Additionally, the Britannia reverse design is one of the most recognizable and revered symbols in British coinage, making it appealing to collectors both in the UK and internationally. Coins like this have become harder to find in good condition, which adds to the desirability and value of well-preserved examples like the 1935 penny. Next up, we're diving into the world of British coinage, focusing on one particularly interesting piece, the United Kingdom 1 penny from 1937. If you're curious about its value in fine condition, you're in the right place. We'll explore its history, rarity, and most importantly, its market value today in dollars. Before we dive into the current value, let's take a moment to appreciate the historical significance of the 1937 UK 1 penny. This coin marked the first year of issue under King George VI, who ascended to the throne after the abdication of his brother, King Edward VIII. The 1937 penny features a portrait of George VI on the obverse, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget, while the reverse displays the iconic image of Britannia, a symbol of British strength and maritime power. For collectors, the 1937 penny represents more than just a coin. It's a symbol of a changing monarchy and a fascinating era of British history. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse, we have a detailed portrait of King George VI, surrounded by the inscription Georgievs Vidgbromnfd Ind, which stands for George VI by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. On the reverse, we see Britannia seated, holding a trident and shield, with the denomination 1 penny and the year 1937 clearly displayed. This intricate design adds to the appeal for collectors, especially those who admire the craftsmanship of early 20th century coinage. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. The term fine condition refers to a coin that shows moderate wear on the higher surfaces but still retains many details. For the 1937 penny, coins in fine condition will have some visible wear on George VI's portrait and Britannia, but the key details, such as the lettering and date, will still be clear. While the 1937 penny is the rarest coin from that era, finding one in fine or better condition can still be challenging, especially considering it's nearly 90 years old. For collectors, it's this combination of age and well-preserved detail that adds to its value. Now, let's talk about demand. The UK penny series is highly sought after by both novice and seasoned collectors, especially those interested in coins from the reign of King George VI. 1937 is an important year because it marks the beginning of his coinage, making it a cornerstone piece for anyone collecting British pennies. Now, the part you've been waiting for: how much is the 1937 UK 1 penny worth in today's market? As of today, a United Kingdom 1 penny from 1937 in fine condition can fetch anywhere $620,000 in the collector's market. Of course, the exact value depends on factors like the specific condition, demand, and where it's being sold. If you're thinking of buying or selling a 1937 UK 1 penny, here are a few tips. First, always verify the condition of the coin with an expert or use an accurate grading scale. Fine condition means moderate wear, so ensure you're pricing or purchasing the coin based on its true state. Second, store your coin properly to avoid further wear. Even coins in fine condition can deteriorate if they aren't stored in protective cases or in the right environment. Keep your coin collection safe and display it with pride. Finally, keep an eye on the market. As demand for historical coins continues to rise, especially those from the reign of King George VI, you might see the value of your 1937 penny increase over time. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on a classic piece from the United Kingdom, the 1963 1 penny coin in very fine condition. We'll explore its current market value, its significance for collectors, and what makes it a valuable addition to any collection. So, let's get started. The 1963 UK 1 penny coin from the United Kingdom is a notable item for collectors, especially when it's in very fine condition. Produced during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin marks a period of transition in British currency. The design of the 1963 penny features a beautiful and intricate representation of the wheat ears on the reverse and a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. To understand the value of the 1963 UK 1 penny, we need a bit of historical context. The British penny underwent several changes throughout its history, and the 1963 version was one of the last before the major decimalization of the currency in 1971. The design by Thomas Humphrey Paget, which depicts the Queen in her young age, and the classic wheat ears, makes this coin a unique piece of British numismatic history. Now, when it comes to grading, very fine is a term used in numismatics to describe a coin that shows some signs of wear but retains most of its original details. For the 1963 penny, this means clear features on the Queen's portrait and the wheat ears, with minimal wear on the high points. In very fine condition, the 1963 UK 1 penny can command a respectable price in today's market. As of today, the value of this coin typically ranges $311,000. This can vary depending on the exact condition, the coin's provenance, and the current demand among collectors. Coins in exceptional very fine condition, with minimal signs of wear and a clear sharp design, can fetch higher prices. If you're lucky enough to own a 1963 penny in very fine condition, proper care is crucial. Store your coin in a dry, cool place, ideally in a protective holder to prevent any further wear or tarnish. Handling it minimally and with clean hands will help maintain its condition. Next up, we're diving deep into a piece of British history that's as rich in value as it is in heritage, the 1913 United Kingdom 1 penny coin in very fine condition. If you're passionate about numismatics or just curious about the value of historic coins, you're in for a treat. Let's explore the history, features, and current market value of this remarkable coin. The 1913 United Kingdom 1 penny is a significant piece in British coinage history. Minted during the reign of King George V, this coin reflects both the artistic and economic values of its time. The coin was struck at the Royal Mint, and its design is a testament to the craftsmanship of early 20th century British coinage. On the obverse, we see the profile of King George V, facing left. The inscription reads Georgievs VDG, Brit Allman Rex FD. Indimp, which stands for George V, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. The artist behind this portrait was Sir Edgar Bertram McKennell. On the reverse, the coin features a design by Leonard Charles Wyon, showing a seated figure of Britannia holding a trident and shield. The word penny is prominently displayed below, with the date 1913 above. This design symbolizes Britain's naval power and national pride. Now, let's talk about the value. The 1913 UK 1 penny coin is a coveted item among collectors, particularly in very fine condition. Coins in this state exhibit clear details with minor signs of wear, but maintain a strong and recognizable design. For collectors, this coin is a great example of early 20th century British numismatic artistry. As of today, the market value for a 1913 United Kingdom 1 penny in very fine condition ranges from $900,000. This value can fluctuate based on factors such as the specific grade of the coin, its provenance, and current market demand. Recently, these coins have been fetching higher prices in auction settings, reflecting a growing interest in historical British coins. If you own one of these coins or are considering adding it to your collection, it's a wise investment, given its historical significance and appeal to collectors. Always ensure you get your coin authenticated by a reputable grading service to maximize its value and ensure its authenticity. For those looking to dive deeper into coin collecting, remember to keep your coins in a dry, cool environment and handle them with care to maintain their condition. Using proper storage solutions and keeping up with market trends can help you build and protect your collection. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on rare and valuable coins. Feel free to share your thoughts or ask questions about the 1913 penny in the comments below. Until next time, keep collecting and stay curious.